You pulled an Amber there. Saturday.
And what about that? Was so unattractive.
Saturday. All right. So okay.
Wait. I need to.
Go ahead.
So I'm at work. This was really early too. I don't know. And I get a text. She goes, "So, what time do you think you'd be done today?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Kind of feel like stalking."
I'm trying to figure out if I want to stalk guys or not.
Yeah. And I'm like, "I'm down. I'll be off.
I'll be off at this time. Be ready." Yeah, pretty much. Okay, like we said, the Philadelphia concert was sold out. But do you really think they were going to come to our hometown and we not at least try to see them?
The answer's no.
Let's be serious. I mean, it was the same. That's the only reason we were going down the South Street.
We love South Street.
We can get
gyros,
cheesesteaks, which would be really cliche, and get some cheesesteaks. We can go to the giant Starbucks and sit on the second floor because we don't have giant Starbucks.
No.
Starbucks?
I really want some Starbucks.
I could really go for some Starbucks.
But we just worked.
But anywho, yeah. So
sorry guys.
Coffee.
We lose.
Alright, so we really want to see them. So we're down there, and we got down there at the perfect time apparently.
Perfect.
Because they had just finished their set.
Literally. Like,
yeah.
It's sad because we didn't even need the time, you can tell.
Yeah. And I think because they tweeted and like, okay.
They just got off.
So they're done.
At this time.
They just finished. Right now. Okay.
That's
so, Danvid.
Yeah, because they're always together.
They are always together. Us. Which makes sense.
Opposite.
Yeah. They came out first. Mm-hmm. And, okay.
Like
first,
crackheads.
You mean us?
No,
they
walking
were
off fast.
They were walking like they had to go get their fix. Okay. I don't know if you've heard us use this before, but I'm from this point on this particular story, I'm going to refer to me and David as Jamal and Jaleesa.
Jamal, we gave him that name because when he opens his mouth, he sounds like a 6'7" black man named Jamal.
So his name is Jamal, and I'm his twin sister Jaleesa.
She sounds when you get her angry. She's just Jaleesa.
So, Crackhead 1 and 2 are walking up the street, and Talisha goes, and I like look, and they're practically running, so I have to practically run because I'm on the other side of TLA to get up to them. I turn around, Talisha's just taking her jolly old time walking up the street when she's the one that pointed them out. So I'm trying to like be all casual. Dan, David.
Dan. Then you like
it didn't work.
It was like escalating.
Yeah, Dan, David.
Then she goes,
David.
Okay, this is him. I could just look up because of it. Come on. What did I do?
He looked traumatized. David.
Yeah. I was shocked. I'm like, what? I wouldn't stop.
And then Dan turned around like, what the F?
Yeah, he did. He was like,
then they saw us, so like,
and then they go from
from what the F to what the F.
Yep.
Like, why are you here? So when Talisha finally got up to us, we all just stand there for a second, like,
and literally they knew who to go to because Dan hugged me
and David hugged me.
Then I was like, oh, let's get a group hug.
So we did, but they like literally just looked at us like for a minute, like, what are you doing here?
Dan kept on staring at me like,
why are you here?
Like he didn't be talking, but he's just like at me. I'm like, I'm not the only one who thought to come down here.
I'm just gonna go with the thought that it was Talisha's idea, so he can look at her because it was your idea.
Literally the whole time.
So, you know, we talked. We ran down the story that we just really wanted to see them and say hi. They're like, "Oh, that sounds great, good, but we gotta go." I'm like, "All right, that's fine. We just wanted to say hi to you. That's totally fine." But okay,
yeah,
I explained this. My habit of okay, I'm gonna run it down. In February, as Dan's talking about his left hand, I randomly put the bracelet on him. Just slow motion.
Well, now that you're using it.
He's like looking at me like, okay. Like, Dan never seems to have a problem when I randomly touch him, though.
Because he's Dan.
True. Because when you guys were talking before, I was trying to look at the bracelet. I just
Yes,
grab him.
he does.
Like,
He's just like, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
He's talking.
and
I'm just like looking at him. So, and then I touch Anthony. So we're talking. And I noticed one of David's 15 necklaces. This is like Paul or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to
St. Paul.
Is that what it said? See, I just wanted to see what it said.
But I didn't touch him, and I knew what it said.
I couldn't
Just
read
saying.
it.
But you could have read it.
But check this
Because
one
you were
out,
closer
though.
to him than me.
I'm like, I couldn't stop myself. I'm like, don't. In my head, I'm like, don't.
Has
Why are you
anybody seen
doing
the
it?
movie Idle Hands?
Don't. And I'm like, grab his
He
necklace. And everyone freezes. The whole conversation stops. So I'm just like, just say this. I'm like, I'm looking at her like, what? Wait, they're all looking at me like, what? Dan's just like, really? David's just like, can you stop?
He was just like, I'm sorry.
I'm like,
I
I'm
like to touch
really
things.
sorry. I have a habit of doing that.
He goes, it's cool as long as you don't touch my hair. And then I'm like, yeah, I understand. I don't like people touch my hair. He goes,
Jamal. And I said that. I was like, Jamal. And he didn't notice. I was like, Jamal, calm down. So that was Jamal and Jaleesa. And Jaleesa's weird. So, like, every time, okay, we were at the wrong side of TLC
every
for the
single
whole
freaking time. So we should stay up here because that's where they were coming from.
Yeah.
We're like, oh no, we should move down there just because of the other guys.
Yeah.
Dan comes back.
Oh my god, when Dan came back.
We were coming, honey, if you want to talk to us, come down and talk to us.
Don't stare at us the whole time.
We're like standing there, and he's
saw
like,
Christopher or somebody.
yeah, and he goes,
and he keeps looking. And I'm sure he saw me saying, stop looking over here, Dan. I kept saying it because he kept looking. And like every time I look over, he's like, why are they still here? Or should I go talk to them? I don't know what's going on.
oh, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm totally listening.
Yeah, So, yeah. And then
Just talk to us. Yo.
And then we move over there, and then Brian comes out for like a split second,
Down there.
and then he goes back in. So we move down there. And then David came back? Somebody
David.
came back
It was
out.
David.
And we go back over there. And then they all come outside, and I'm like,
Down there.
awesome.
So,
Oh my gosh, after the concert, it was chaos. The piranhas struck again. I felt so bad for them. I feel like I would be like totally overwhelmed if people were like,
right?
frowning
I would
around.
like get back.
Stop. Because they're like literally on you like this.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So, okay. Where do we start? We talked.
And I kind of felt bad because like we didn't go to the
Yeah,
concert,
exactly.
so
So
we like
tried to
tried
let everyone else talk 1st
Mhm.
and like keep our conversation short.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked to Brian first. And
I just tried to. Just forget it.
And
I'm not talking anymore.
Brian walks by us.
So
and,
he
like,
mans up.
Okay. Brian walks by us. You're really not helping the whole him being scared of you thing. And stops like right there, right? And I'm about to walk over there, but I wanted to let all the other girls who paid for their ticket to be able to talk to him. Talisha is like literally pushing me at him. She's like, go. I'm like, oh my god. I was like tripping over my feet. I fell into some tiny girl. She's looking at me like, I'm sorry. She's pushing me.
And I look at her like, you want to start up? I'll push you too.
So we talked to Brian, and he had the same, like, why are you here face. Well, that's just his general face, I think.
Yeah.
And he's just like, okay, that's so nice, yeah.
You guys came down? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, he's like, thanks for coming out here. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
it's no
so
problem.
fun.
We don't live that far from. He's like, really? Where do you guys live? I'm like 20 minutes away. Talisha goes, Brian and I are having a nice, lovely conversation. Talisha goes, yeah, we gotta catch a train. He goes, oh, well, be safe. Thanks, guys, for coming out. I'm like, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I was not finished talking to him.
Well, maybe if he would have manned up. I'm not being mean. Where's your problem?
You have to admit that was scary.
It was not scary.
We have to catch a train.
There was a lot
Get
of
on the train, Brian.
There's
We have to get the train, Brian.
There's a lot of people outside.
Brian, we have to get the train.
There was a lot of people there. I wanted to make sure he heard me.
Oh. We Have to Catch a Train would have been just as good. Anyway, so
it's his fault. I'm sorry that he felt that way when
you scared me.
Well, you were a scaredy cat.
I am not.
God, no. Okay, does Dan feel that way when I talk to him?
You don't scream at Dan.
I don't scream at Dan. I scream at Brian.
Just like when I screamed at David, it scared him.
But I didn't scream at Brian.
Okay. Anyway,
I just talk like Anthony from time to time.
So then I talked to Mark.
Thought he'd be used to it. I'm sorry.
Then I talked to Mark for a few seconds.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's true. It's true.
Okay. This is my Mark light bulb realization. One, he is exhausting. He's an exhausting person.
Continue.
I figured out with him, he's the type of person that I need to take day by day. That I will play it by ear, and it's like, I don't know what mood you're in, so let me know what mood you're in so I know what mood I have to be in to deal with you. Thank you. That's how I feel about him.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's nice, I love him. He's my little chipmunk. But then on his chamois 2 days, I'm like, I want to punch you in the face with a stiletto.
I guess you're borrowing mine.
Yeah, because I don't have my own. Moving on. So, yeah, you did it again.
I'm sorry.
So, I remembered, my mom sent Mark some Mentos because when I was still my nice day, that Wednesday, I meant to give him some because I had a bag of Mentos. So, she sent him some so I wouldn't be mean anymore. And so I gave him the Mentos. I'm like, I meant to give these to you. And do you see? Like, oh, you're the best. I'm like, I know.
So modest, right?
But I'm like, are you just being nice because I give you stuff? Because that's, like, this. What are you doing?
Think about what you just said.
Shut up! Oh my god. Because I give you food and bracelets? Because those are the...
Tom Seal was nice, yeah.
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 Except in DC, he was just randomly, scarily nice.
Yeah.
So that was Mark. Mark's exhausting. Whatever. Mark is Mark.
Then it was Anthony.
No, it was Dan. I'm gonna skip Dan for now.
Wait, what do we go back to Dan? Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother segment.
Yeah, we're gonna be back for that. Then it was Anthony.
Neighbors.
You wanna stop this now since we're at 12?
Yeah.
We'll be back.